So this bill is especially special to all of us. And many of you know, you've seen us talk about Rusty Thomas. Back a few months ago, we actually had Jeremiah Thomas on the radio program, who was battling cancer. He's now since passed and is with the Lord. But this video, or this bill, is named after him. So we're gonna go ahead and play the video here now to talk about it, and then I'll let Bradley, you can talk some more about it if you want after that. So go ahead, Carmen.
After football season, Jeremiah had trouble sleeping, and he couldn't get comfortable because he had this pain in his chest. We took him in thinking the doctors would tell us that he just had a minor sports injury, but that's not what happened. Our healthy, athletic 16-year-old son had cancer and was given only a 10% chance of survival. Jeremiah was dying.
The tumor grew rapidly, putting pressure on his lungs and wrapping around his spine and slowly crushing it. When his legs gave out, we rushed to the hospital. We didn't know if he'd ever walk again, but Jeremiah was a fighter.
When he became paralyzed, he actually said, "I can still preach from my wheelchair." Jeremiah wanted his life to count for others, so he made a wish. Instead of wishing something for himself, he requested to speak with Governor Abbott of Texas to grant his dying wish.
When the governor called, Jeremiah told him about how, before his cancer, he used to go out and minister at the local abortion clinic with our family. Then, Jeremiah made his wish.
I think that we could rally with Texas and we could end abortion here and now. Because I would, at least for me, just make my wish complete before I pass.
Your wish is on the Republican Party platform position, and that's what we're going to be pursuing this next legislative session, and that is to outlaw abortion altogether in the state of Texas.
Yeah. Oh,
and so your wish is granted.
Jeremiah will never see Governor Abbott abolish abortion in Texas. He died before that wish came true. Now we are carrying on our son's legacy by asking you to do something simple yet powerful. Join Jeremiah's wish. Every year in the state of Texas, 55,000 preborn children are killed in places just like this, where Jeremiah often ministered. We are calling on all Texans who love life to sign the petition urging Governor Abbott to make outlawing abortion an emergency item for Texas, and let him know that you will stand with him in the fight to abolish abortion in this state. While this is not something Jeremiah saw during his lifetime, this is something we can do in our lifetime.
Join Jeremiah's wish and sign the petition right now.
Thank you for honoring Jeremiah and defending the preborn children in the state of Texas. Please sign the petition to call upon Governor Abbott to keep his promise to our son and make abolishing abortion an emergency item this legislative session.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Everyone hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying out some new
audio
technology there, guys. All right, so we are back. Bradley, bring us into the discussion of Jeremiah's wish.
Yeah, so everybody sees saw the video there. Kind of a little background on the video. Jeremiah had been approached to make a wish, and he decided there were lots of things that he was thinking about making a wish about, but as he was thinking about those things, and we mentioned those to friends and family, they would just happen without him actually making any kind of formal wish. And then as he started to think about what he wanted his legacy to be, and how he wanted his life, what he wanted it to be about as he was passing, he decided to make a really big wish, and that you saw there on the video. And Governor Abbott very graciously reached out to him and talked to him for about 20 minutes. and their conversation then came to a close there as Jeremiah made the wish that he made there, and the governor's response is pretty amazing. As you just heard, he said that that's what we're going to be pursuing this next legislative session, and that is to outlaw abortion altogether in the state of Texas. And so your wish is granted, and that's amazing.
That is amazing.
So that is
Quite a
what
promise.
we are. The legislative session, as I mentioned earlier, is now starting on Tuesday. We're 5 days away from it starting, and so the opportunity for him to follow through and fulfill,
Make good on that. That's right.
The promise that he's made, is now here, and now it's up to us to join Jeremiah's wish. Right? It's not just a wish of one young man, one brave young man. It needs to be all of our wish.
That's
and
right.
So that's why we made this video, to get this message out there, to let people know about this. We want people here in Texas to sign the petition that you saw there at jeremiahswish.com, but not just people here in Texas, but even across the country, to go and sign that petition and let Governor Abbott know that we're going to stand with you. That's a lot of people. They say, well, why don't our politicians have courage to do what's right?
Mm-hmm.
And, I can definitely give politicians a hard time for not doing what's right and not having a backbone on the thing. But you know what? It's up to us to give them courage.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have it themselves, but they also need to know that people are standing behind them.
Yep.
And that's what this petition is doing, is letting Governor Abbott know, hey, you need to fulfill the promise that you made, and we're going to be with you. We're standing with you.
Yes.
And so that's what we're asking for people to do, to sign this petition, give the governor courage, give the state of Texas courage, give our leaders courage to do what's right and end abortion here for Jeremiah, but more importantly, even than for him, for the 55,000 children that are slated to die here in this state, for the nearly 1 million in the country, and most importantly, for the sake of the image of God.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Amen.
Very good. All right, Bradley, so how can people get behind you, help with what you're doing? How can we, right now, about 200 people just watching live here, but many, many more are going to see this and download it. How can we all partner together with you to help you get this seen by more people? How can we let more people know about this? And how can we all participate together with you?
Well, the first thing everybody can do is go sign the petition yourself. That way, you're in the list. You're getting our emails. We'll let you know what to do next. The next thing is, we certainly would love for people who are able to donate. The money that people give lets us reach more people with this message and get more names added to the list of signatures that we're going to deliver to Governor Abbott. And here's what we're asking Governor Abbott to do. Just give everybody a little bit more detail. So the first 60 days of the legislative session here in Texas, the only things that can be voted on generally by the legislature are things that the governor has named as and declared to be emergency items for the state. Well, if there's ever an emergency item, this is this.
Yes.
And so we are asking Governor Abbott to name this declare this to be an emergency item, outlawing abortion to be an emergency item for Texas. And so that's what we're asking folks to do. So for people to sign the petition is great. Donating is great. Our window for doing this is really, really short, and that's why this is so important that people do this right now.
Yeah.
So typically the governor declares these in his State of the State address, which is done normally at the end of January or at the beginning of February. Well, we're there. That's this month. And so we need people to act now, and we need to get this message out to tens of thousands right now. And there's already been thousands that have signed this petition, and it's only been going for a few days. And so we just expect that number to grow exponentially. And if folks donate, it just helps us reach even more. The next thing that people can do is to share this.
Yep.
Obviously, share it with your friends and family, email it around, share it on social media. You can go watch the video. It's on Facebook. It's all over Facebook. You can sign the petition at jeremiahswish.com. The video is also at jeremiahswish.org. But also, we're asking two things kind of over and above normal sharing, and that is, number one, show it to your church. if you can organize something with your church and have it shown to all the folks there at your church, we're asking people specifically, there's Sunday, January 20th, is often referred to as Sanctity of Life Sunday, and because it's 2 days before the anniversary of Roe versus Wade. So we're asking folks to show this video on Sanctity of Life Sunday, January 20th, and then at the end of the video, ask folks in your church, hey, take out your smartphones, go to jeremiahswish.com and sign this petition right now. And we think that there are going to be
That's a great idea.
churches all across Texas and all across the country that are going to be doing that
Awesome.
that day. And so we think that's going to be really powerful. The other thing we're asking folks to do, especially who are younger and of Jeremiah's generation, is to go make your own videos. Even though you're joining Jeremiah's promise, but then also if you live outside of Texas, challenge your own governor to make the same kind of promise that Governor Abbott here has made, and then challenge some friends to make their own videos. And if folks want to go outside of abortion mills and make these videos, I think it just makes it that much more powerful for young people to be standing up and saying, hey, I am inspired by Jeremiah, and I'm going to pick up the baton from Jeremiah, and I'm joining Jeremiah's wish. So that's something that we're specifically asking folks to do as well.
Amen.
Right on. Excellent.
Awesome.